Hi, I'm Juno. Hello everyone. So today we're going to learn how to automate the extraction of reports from Avaya CMS using VBA or macros. So let's compare first how we normally extract reports from CMS, and then we're going to look at how it's going to look like if we're gonna automate it. Okay, so first thing, let's go to whenever I'm doing a or building a template, I always have everything organized. So on the right side here, I have the Excel application. This will be our main tool for creating our template. On the upper left side, of course, we need the Avaya CMS open. And we also have here below that notepad. This is going to be used for editing our scripts later on. And we also have the Windows or the C Intel folder open here where we are going to dump the file. Okay. Now, first things first, what we need to make sure is we have to make sure that we have access to the script option. So once you see this option here, basically that already tells you that you have options to use scripts. Okay, if not, you may have to contact your administrator to give you access to that if it's really needed. Okay, so first thing what we're gonna do is we're going to look at how we can manually export reports from CMS. So what we do is we go to the report button here and click it. Once we have the window open, we have options to extract a real-time report, a historical report, or an integrated report. For this tutorial, we're just going to use historical report, and we're going to, let's say, choose split skill under category, and then we're gonna pull a, let's see, a summary interval report. Once you have those selected, you just click OK. For the split skill summary interval report, we have three fields that we have to fill out. So we have to enter the split skill. It could be the split skill number or the name. We also have to indicate the date, and we also have to indicate the time or the interval. So let's just leave the date as it is and the time for the whole day, 12 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. So once you have that all filled out, just click OK. So this is what's going to look, how the split skill summary interval report is going to look like. So for us to extract this report, we have to go to edit and then export all data. And you're going to be greeted with this window. And on this window, you have an option to export the report to the clipboard or export it to a file. So this is pretty self-explanatory. So what our aim here right now is to export the report to a file. So if you're going to choose that option, you have to indicate the folder where you're going to dump the file. In this case, we're going to put it inside the C Intel folder, and we're gonna give it a name of exported report.txt. So this could be any name. All right, leave this as it is, and this one as well. And whenever I extract reports from CMS, I always make sure that I have all of this checked, just to make sure that I have all those blanks as zeros, and I have all the headers there. Okay, and then once you're done with that, you just click OK. And you're gonna get this message that your report has been exported. And if you notice on the lower left of my screen, where we have the C Intel folder, a text file with the file name of exported report has been created. Now, if you're going to open that file, it's going to uh, be an exact copy of the file of the report that we just opened from CMS earlier. Okay, so that is how you extract reports from CMS manually. Now let's see how we're going to extract the report automatically. Now I have a file created already. Let me just open it. Okay, so this is now how we're going to extract the report automatically. So you just click a button and boom, it creates the same file. If we're gonna open that file, it's basically the same as the one that we extracted manually earlier. Okay, so now let's go through on how we can create that file. All right, so first things first, what we're gonna do, you can just follow along on how I do it, uh, and you can just make changes after if you want to. You just need to have a better understanding how everything works. Okay, so we're gonna create a template that would extract a file coming from CMS, going into the Intel folder for the date of the 24th. So right now for this video, we're just gonna be doing one date, and then maybe in the future videos I can upload something that would make that dynamic, so we can choose any other days. Okay, so first things first that we're gonna do is we need to extract the script that drives the report. So all the reports or most of the reports in CMS have scripts in them. So you can, once you know how to read those scripts or how to run those scripts, everything will be easy because they are using the same procedure in terms of scripting a macro to read those reports or those scripts. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the same report that we extracted earlier. So category, split skill, summary interval, and then we click OK. And then we fill this out the same as how we did it earlier. We have the report open. We go to edit again, export all data, leave it at export to file, and make sure you have the file name there and the location. And then on the bottom, you have a button here called script. So you just click on that. And then you now have an option where you want to save this file. So for this example, we're just going to save it on my tutorial folder. Under file name, you can either just leave it as it is or change the file name there just to make sure that you're organized. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Under save as type, you have to make sure that your extension is interactive script or ACSUP. Okay, now once you have that, just click save. As you can see, I already have one there, but that's okay. So just replace it, and then that's it. Now that we have downloaded the CMS report into the tutorial folder, let's open that folder now. As you can see, I have the file here. So all you have to do next is just drag the file to your notepad. And this is how the report from CMS will look like, or the script from CMS. Okay. So one thing that you have to remember, if you can see here, there are spaces in between public sub main and CVS CMD begin. So for this to work, we have to remove all the spaces that is present on this script right now. So you have spaces in between the lines, and you also have spaces on the left. So we have to remove that. So let's go ahead and do that now. And also, as you can see, there's a bunch of lines on this report, but we don't really need all of those. All you have to do is you just have to determine which is the beginning of the script and which is the ending of the script. So for the beginning of the script, you have to find the one that says on error resume next, so that you can just remove everything that is above. Just remove that one. Now let's find the ending of the script. So let's scroll down. Find the one that says set info equals to nothing, and remove the rest of the script at the bottom. And now what's left for you to do now is just to remove all the spaces in between and on the left. So make sure that everything or every line of the script aligns on the left, and there are no spaces above and below each of the lines. So what's going to happen is every time you run the file, it's going to flash the CMS report on the screen. The size of that window is specified by these 4 lines here that starts with rep that window, top left with height. So we don't want that. So let's just convert all of those values to 0. And let's continue. Also, we would like to, we want to make the report dump into the Intel folder. So since when we extracted the script earlier, we had everything set up and we had it set to dump the file to the Intel folder with the exported report.txt. This is the line here. So if you want to change it, if you want to change the file name later on, you can just do it from here. Okay. And then again, since I mentioned earlier that whenever you run the report, it's going to flash on the screen. With this line active here, it's going to flash on the screen and it's going to stay on the screen. So our goal here is we're going to run the report and then we need that report to close right away. So for this line, we're going to make some changes. Basically, just remove everything here on the highlighted line. And this line should start with CVS SRV.active tasks. Okay, and just continue removing all the spaces there. All right, so just do another check if you have everything aligned on the left and there are no spaces in between. Once you're already sure about that, you can just go ahead and Control A and copy all the script here and just paste it on your Excel file. And basically that's it. And then we're going to name the script as script, just the script tab. One thing that you also have to remember is that after pasting the script here, you have to put a double quote on column B. This cell B1 here is going to be a holder for that character. Because for some reason one of the lines on the macro is not accepting a direct double quote. So instead of putting a double quote, we're just gonna put a variable that contains the double quote. I'll show you later. Okay. So once you have the script here, what we're gonna do next is we're going to create a button to control the script. You can either go to the Visual Basic window and run it, but we want it to be user friendly, so let's just create a button instead. So let's create a new tab here and let's call it control. And then let's insert a shape. See there. And let's name this as extract CMS report. And Let's align that. Okay, so we now have the script pasted here and we now have a button. So all we need to do now is create a macro that would read this script and hopefully extract it on this folder. All right, so let's open the VBA windows. Okay, now since we have only one Excel file open here with the name of book one, basically this is the project that we're working on right now. So all you have to do is just right click on any of this and just insert a module. This will now give you an empty module where we can build a script. Okay, now I'm not going to type the script one by one here just to save time. So you can just pause the video if you want and just copy the script, but I'll tell you what exactly it does. Okay. So this is the only script that you need to extract the report from CMS to a folder. Okay, so we have here our are in the subname of extract dump CMS. So this can be any name. So you can, let's just change it to extract CMS. Okay. The second line here is a variable Q, and as you can see, this is equal to range script B1. So this means to say that the Q variable here is equal to the double quote that we entered on the cell B1 on the script tab. Okay. This line here basically creates, remember that we saved an ACSUP file earlier. This line here basically creates a dummy ACSUP file with this content here. So this one is consistent, this one is consistent, and this one is consistent. Okay, so you can just copy what I have here. Next line here is we have another variable called Z and is equal to 1. The 1 here refers to the first row of the script tab. Okay, so that's row 1. Next line here is we're going to do a loop. So it says here that we will continue to print column A until column A reaches an empty row. Okay, so we start with the first row, which is Z1, and then the next time it loops, it adds a 1. So the next time it loops is going to be 2. So it's going to be row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, until it reaches row 29. Once it sees row 29 is empty, it's going to stop printing it on the ACSUP file. Okay. And basically the one at the bottom here is basically just to make sure that we delete the rest of the files on the CInsel folder once we're done running the file. Okay, now let's close this one and let's go back to control and assign a button. Assign the button to that code. So extract CMS and then okay. Now let's see if our code works. There you go. Now if we're gonna open this file, as you can see, this is the exact same report that we just pulled from CMS earlier manually. All right, so that's going to be the only procedure that you'll need for all the reports in CMS that supports scripting. There might be some few changes, but you know it's basically the procedure is the same. That's it for today. I hope you guys will support me. I'm a startup YouTuber and I just want to share my knowledge to you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going to learn from you guys as well. So your support will be greatly appreciated. That would really drive me to put more content on this channel. And also, if ever you have any suggestions on what topic you want me to discuss next, just leave your suggestions in the comment section, and I'll make sure to read it and you know cook up a video for it. Again, guys, thank you so much. Hope everyone is going to have a good day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.